All right, let's talk about one of the biggest milestones in marathon training, the 3-hour run. I know, for a lot of runners, it sounds absolutely impossible. But what if I told you it might just be the secret weapon you've been looking for? So, if you're in the marathon world, you have definitely heard about the two big benchmarks for your long runs, right? There's the 30-kilometer run, and then there's the 3-hour run. And they're especially talked about for runners who are chasing those really ambitious goals, like, say, breaking that 3-hour marathon barrier. But, this is where a huge and honestly a really intimidating misunderstanding always seems to creep in. So many runners approach this 3-hour run with a completely wrong mindset. And frankly, it's holding them back. We've all heard this, right? The idea that for 3 straight hours in training, you have to hold your goal race pace. That is just terrifying. It sounds less like a training run and more like you're setting yourself up to fail. And this, right here, is where so many people get it completely wrong. Thinking you need to hit race pace is the #1 myth about this workout. Seriously, you can save that heroic effort for race day. So here's the crucial thing to remember. The 3-hour run is not about speed. It is all about time on your feet. The real goals are, first, to prove to your body and your mind that you can just keep moving for 3 straight hours. This is how you teach your body to get super efficient at burning fat for fuel. And maybe even more important, you're building pure, unshakable mental stamina. And this just illustrates the point perfectly. Let's say you're aiming for a sub-3-hour marathon. That requires a pace around 4 minutes and 15 seconds per kilometer. Well, guess what? Running your 3-hour session at a 5-minute pace is totally 100% okay. Heck, even a 5:20 pace is great. The only goal is to finish without stopping. Just having that one single experience of, wow, I was able to move for 3 hours straight, that gives you this massive confidence boost that becomes your anchor when things get tough in the actual race. Okay, so how does this whole philosophy compare to the other classic long run, the distance-based one? Let's actually put them side by side. Running for distance versus running for time. Now, let's get into the mental game here. A 30K run, it's a fantastic tool, no doubt. It helps you simulate the race distance, get a feel for your pace, but it can be a huge mental burden, constantly counting down those kilometers. The 3-hour run, though, it just frees you from all that. Your only job is to keep moving, and that makes it so much easier to just focus on building that deep, pure endurance. And it's this mental shift where the real magic happens. When you focus on time instead of distance, you unlock this incredible psychological advantage that you just can't get from staring at your GPS watch, begging for the kilometers to tick by faster. And this is the breakthrough moment. This is what so many runners feel. Because you're not obsessing over distance, you just run. And then you look down at your watch after 3 hours and you realize, whoa, I just ran more than 30 kilometers and I wasn't even thinking about it. The feeling that comes from that discovery is just an incredible surge of self-belief. It's that feeling of, wow, I can actually do this. That is the kind of confidence you can't fake. And believe me, it's what's going to carry you through those final grueling miles of the marathon. So look, the question isn't about which one is better. Both the distance run and a time run are absolutely essential tools in your toolbox. The real key is knowing when to pull out each one, depending on what your training goal is for that specific day. So if you take just one thing away today, let it be this definition right here. The 3-hour run is a training tool. It is specifically designed to teach your body and your mind how to just keep moving. And in doing so, it builds this rock-solid foundation of confidence for race day. Let's just quickly recap. Why does this all matter? Well, because it proves to you that you can handle the time demand of a marathon. It frees you from that mental stress of constantly counting kilometers. It gives you genuine, earned confidence. And yeah, for those of you chasing those really big goals, it's an absolutely invaluable piece of the training puzzle. So, as you're planning out your next block of training, I want you to really think about what you need most right now. Do you need to dial in your race pace, or do you need to build up that mental fortitude? And that brings us to our final question for you. For your next long run, are you going to be guided by the distance or by the clock?